Hello, welcome back to my channel, Chrysalis Dawn. I'm super excited to have you here today. I hope you're all doing well. I just had a beautiful pre-meditation about feeling into the energies for the collective that's going to be watching this reading. And I always like to share a little bit of that before we get into the cards if you're new to my channel. And it was really like a pickup where I left off with the last reading I did, which was very deep, profound, and long, about continuing to hope in God's plan for your life, which is a big plan, which is a very sacred purpose and service. So if you haven't had a chance to check that one out yet, do check it out. And what's really kind of coming out of this perseverance and continuing to come into higher levels of spiritual maturity and transformation, and even kind of becoming a bit superhuman, and more starry, more of your activating more of your starseed DNA and genetics that have been turned off, in your human incarnation for thousands of years. As you sort of kind of move into this new earth, new energy, new timeline with dedication and faith and a lot of courage, to be quite frank, is a very, very high perspective. And I was just feeling the energy of you all being like eagles and seeing above all the fray, like being no longer affected or impacted by what's going on in the earth plane. And radiating a pure, being able to, by choice, radiate a pure golden light from your heart center, which is the light of Christ and Christ consciousness, and sending that out to fill your whole aura and beyond, and to connect with other beings that have, wherever they are in the world, that are also able to radiate this very high frequency of pure golden light from your heart center, pure Christ consciousness. And it's very connected, that pure golden heart light is very connected to that higher mind activation of your third eye and of your frontal lobe, to this energy of being above things like the eagle. And I was like very called to sit up extremely erect and straight and like let go of all the burdens and this 10 of Wands energy that a lot of you have been carrying for a long time, in your service and in your work. And I wanted to read for you a passage from the Bible that is pretty well known, that feels really connected to this energy that I was tapping into, from Isaiah. And it's Isaiah 40, verse 31. And in the NIV, it reads like this: "But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint." And I feel like there's like many meanings to that, but it has to do with learning perseverance in faith, and becoming strong in every respect, right? Like this not growing weary, walking and not growing faint, running. And this idea of renewing strength, it's also very physical. And you may have been also going through a process lately of like renewing and restoring not only your spiritual health, and your mind, reclaiming, your right to choose your consciousness and choose your thoughts and choose your faith and choose your sovereignty from a mental and spiritual perspective and emotional, but also like really physical, right? Like in terms of your endurance, your physical health, your stamina, um your youth. In a lot of ways, you could say your youthful physicality, but it's more than just being youthful, because you may find that you might even be becoming more physically healthy now than you were as a child, depending on your level of spirituality and the healing of your ancestry, your DNA, any generational curses that you've had to deal with, and also your dedication to your physical well-being and your health and your exercise and what you're putting in your body. And you're probably noticing you are getting stronger in every level, mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. And I can say for myself, I definitely noticed change in my strength and my endurance. And like even when I was going through COVID, I was still exercising when I could and where I could, even though it was like less, for sure, significantly less than my normal routine. I wasn't defeated by it. And I noticed coming through on the other side of it, I'm stronger than I was before. And then I thought like that a little time off was going to like really have a negative impact on my flexibility or my strength, but it actually had no negative impact. And in it, if anything, I'm coming back just as flexible and with better results and stronger. And it's all connected. And so if you haven't been seeing that yet, I feel like you are going to be seeing these kinds of positive changes in the really very near future. And that's really exciting. So, and I feel like I was sensing certain energies of certain people as I was radiating this golden light of pure Christ consciousness from my heart, which was really actually very intense to do. And it was really, because it was so masterful and so free from karma and so high frequency that it felt very intense to do. But it was also connecting me to other really like high frequency, powerful people and beings through, the quantum field beyond time, space, and the physical limitations of 3D. And I feel like it's really gonna be calling in your community about like people who are really on this masterful, very pure, loving, intentional journey of service that you're on, and being able to come together and co-create together in really powerful ways. So it's pretty exciting. So let's bring my song bowl and we will get into a few cards to get deeper into these energies for you. Also, I'm just going to say now before I get into things, as I do my little song and calling in of the guides, if you're feeling like you're resonating with this message, please like the video, please subscribe to my channel. And it means the world to me to help to get these messages out to more like-minded people who are really in the right energy and frequency to join our collective and our tribe of everything that we're doing here. All right. So thank you for doing that. welcoming in the Most High, Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Sandalphon, Archangel Uriel, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Metatron. Thank you for presenting, for creating a safe enclosure of love around this space, around the entire collective present here. Thank you for creating safety and an additional boundary of protection so that people feel safe to let their guard down, to fully root into this energy, into these words, to be able to soften and open their hearts with vulnerability and tenderness and a willingness to be fragile when fragility brings about the greatest power and strength you've ever known. That's the paradox. I welcome everybody here in Jesus' name. Thank you for being here. Beautiful. All right, so yeah, seems to be these light seer cards have been calling. Oh no, sorry. I think I said that these were the light seer before in my last reading. They're not. It's the Muse Tarot. But they're both by Chris Ann. It's the same creator. That's so funny that I'm just realizing that now. So this is fun, kind of quirky deck. Definitely a good deck for stepping more into creative inspiration and that fire energy, which is really needed right now to get out of any past depressions, lethargies, or the sort of ill effects of a lot of, for a lot of people, a lot of witchcraft that was going on leading up to the end of 22 and even a little bit into the new year. That was really, trying to get people down, 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 and out. So getting inspired and like lighting up your fire is really what God really is calling for right now. So it's time to get creative and to be inspired and to share and shine your light. So, because, like I said, I was saying, connecting with like-minded people is so important. God really is like in stressing this right now because a lot of people are just, they've done all the like this sort of inner healing and hermiting. And to really launched into the next phase of light work, that coming together with their spiritual community, with their like-minded, with co-creators is going to really be the best thing to amplify purpose, potential, and power. And some of those will include sacred union, sacred partnerships, and twin flames for sure. But it's not exclusive to that. Okay, so what do you need to know? What does the collective need to know? Ooh, yeah, Knight of Cups or Knight of Emotions with the World on the bottom. So Knight of Cups is a card of creativity and expression. And so it's so perfect that after my little preamble that this just came out. It's also a card of romance, and it can't be a card in the negative of a little bit of illusion. But here, we're really connecting it with it in the more positive sense, especially with the World card on the bottom, which speaks to illumination, enlightenment, success. And we've got this beautiful, it's mostly like a white horse. It kind of has like a slight bluish tinge. So kind of like a slight blue-gray tinge. But it's speaking to purity. This beautiful nautilus shell is really giving you the codes of the golden ratio. We talked about that pure gold energy. I think that that's really playing off of this idea of divine perfection, perfect sacred geometries, perfect golden frequencies. And you're coming into creations from this perfection, this divine blueprint. Yeah, you're moving into success here. You're moving into success. You're rising above 5 of Wands and underneath that, this old paradigm of sort of climbing on top of other people to get to where you want to be or feel like you need to be. And like, see here, there's the wings. You've got these rainbow wings, right? And like I said, you're kind of like above all of the challenges of the world. The world card does speak about having completed major life cycles, learning major life lessons. A lot of you have completed a major karmic cycle here. Major. And you're mounting up on these wings and soaring into these new creative opportunities. And for some people, like I was saying, like leading towards new relationships here that could have a romantic bend to them. Or there'd be like an increase in passion in an existing relationship that is a divine union also. So very nice energies, very nice energies. What else is coming towards you? Oh my gosh, that's so many. Okay, I'm gonna need to, there was like 7 or 8 cards. We're gonna repull. What else does the viewer need to know? This collective. Oh, why does it keep doing that? It's pulling like way too many cards. Well, there's something about, with that happening twice, there's something about a lot of things getting worked out at this time. Okay, 10 of Cups flew out there. Yeah, and it kind of turned around a little. So but it didn't really fully flip. And on the bottom of the deck there, we have the Hermit with the Magician and then Queen of Cups. So like I said, you've been kind of going through a process of elevation, emotional mastery, becoming the creator of your own life with your own thoughts. You've taken a lot of time out here. Like I was saying, a lot of people have been doing a lot of work more solo, healing a lot of family ancestral stuff. And I like all these cards that were falling out in these big blobs just talk about how much you've been working out. There might be some family stuff here that needs a little bit of resolution. But with the World card on the bottom, it's sort of like saying this, the part of this journey of what you needed to resolve on your own, solo, hidden away, is done. It's complete. And you can see here, they're on a stage. All these characters are on a stage. So it's like you're coming into your glory. You're coming into your happiness, your bliss, happy times for family, happy times with children. You're coming, and happiness just in the public with your community. You're coming out. It's your coming out party. You're coming out. It's really beautiful. It's really beautiful. But maybe some of you feel a little bit like unstable about this. Maybe some people feel like with these big piles of cards, like that there's a whole bunch of stuff that's still unresolved, and like, am I really ready to like go out on this stage? It's actually so fascinating because I had a dream last night that kind of speaks to this, about you kind of just getting, I was kind of just getting thrown on stage, and like with no preparation, or it felt like no preparation. And like I wasn't, given, it's like almost like I never got the lines that I was supposed to say. I never got like the preamble about what I was supposed to be doing. Just all of a sudden somebody, I thought I was just the backdrop person. And then the next thing you know, the main person who knew what was going on was just like, I'm out of here. Figure it out, like improvise. And like there's like, hundreds and hundreds of people there in front of you. And there's something about that being really relevant here to the collective about just sort of, some people are going to go like literally just get thrown onto some sort of a world stage here very suddenly, whether it's like literally a stage or whether or not it's more time, more exposure, more emphasis on growing your online network or growing your platform, whether it's, social media or YouTube or whatever it is you're doing, right? But something that's like creative here with a lot of creative expression with this Knight of Cups. And it's like you've just been in this hermit mode for so long, and like you've just been like more in this manifestation mode instead of this action mode, and like becoming this emotional master and goddess energy with that Queen of Cups. And and becoming like enlightened and doing like a lot of important purifications and meditations. And it's time to shine. And it kind of, that energy did come out towards the end of the last reading. It's really time to shine. So congratulations. You can do this. You're fully capable of doing this. And if you need to improvise, you will. You kind of have to tell yourself, I'm ready and I can handle whatever comes my way. I'm ready to put myself out there. I can handle whatever comes my way. Just keep saying that. Yeah. Here we've got this. This card actually also came out in the last reading, this exact same card. 2 of Pentacles with 6 of Pentacles on the bottom. This is all about being able to keep things in balance, keep things in check, like it being able to dance with handling multiple things at once. So some people are going to be stepping into an energy of being a lot busier. And again, I feel this energy of this co-creation between people that's going to create a lot of abundance, and there'll be a lot of reciprocal giving and receiving that's very fruitful. Very, very fruitful. There could be some sort of gift financially that you might be receiving as well. Yeah, Knight of Pentacles. It's, again, there's been, and yeah, 3 of Wands. There's been a lot of slow, steady work and a lot of waiting up until this point to like receive these sort of offers and these sort of opportunities and collaborations that are, fair and supportive to really move forward. You've been waiting for all of these dominoes to drop and for everything to start to go. And it's felt really slow with this Knight of Pentacles. But now it's going to go from slow to literally just needing to dance with things. Dance and keep going. And again, that's hence this wobble. And you can see everyone on stage is dancing, right? And you're learning the dance while you're on stage. You're improvising. It's a very, very different energy and place than where you've been. But there's something about this higher consciousness, right, of really having completed a lot of earthly karmic lessons and being sort of above a lot of the challenges of earth school, because you've learned some of the highest lessons that you can learn, on earth that are karmic lessons. And so in this purity and then this heightened perspective and these eagle eyes and this enlightenment in many ways, you're able to handle this better, right? Whereas like the old you would not have been able to handle this as well if you hadn't gone through learning all the lessons that you had and really hearing God much more clearly too as well, right? So it's pretty exciting. It's pretty exciting. What else do you need? I forgot to take out the 6 of Pentacles. Anyway, so what's coming towards the collective here that you need to be aware of? Yeah. High Priestess with Ace of Pentacles on the bottom. Yeah, and then we've got 8 of Cups and Page of Wands. So you're really moving away from things that don't serve you, like any sort of situations that were like immature on some level and not grounded. That, here you can see she's sort of out in the desert and there's a lot of inspiration, but it's not really yielding. It's making her very inspired, very kind of, you can see she's doing some crazy flexibility moves. But it's not leading to this harvest, right? There's a whole lot going on in the 5D, right? A lot of inspiration, receiving a lot of 5D frequency, all this rainbow light, rainbow hair, lighting her up, making her more able to, whether you're a man or a woman, feminine, masculine, but just it's a woman in the picture, like just making you more limber to new ideas, new ways of being, new possibilities, new earth creations. But whatever was not grounding in that place, because it wasn't in alignment, maybe because there was like a misalignment of ethics or whatever the reason may be, whatever was not grounding and like still basically leaving things in a bit of a desert in terms of actual harvest in your life, you're walked away from it here. You've had the courage to walk away from it, and because you realize that you've planted all these seeds and they're meant to ground in the physical now with this Ace of Pentacles and all of this abundant life and flowers in the garden. And it's time. It's time for you to share this wisdom in the world as a priestess or a priest in a very tangible way, and a way that's going to manifest a harvest and material prosperity and abundance for you as well. So just claim it. I'm claiming it, and I hope that you do too, because you've earned it. You've really earned it here. So some of you may also be tarot readers. Some of you may be healers, Reiki masters. Some of you may be counselors, therapists. Some of you may specialize in sound healing, cacao ceremony, things like that are like the main kind of energies I'm picking up, but it's not limited to those things. Some of you might be like really have a powerful ability for light language, for helping people heal karma, helping people just break through generational patterns. So spiritual healing of different kinds as well. And, some things are bloodline curses that ultimately result in physical disease. And some of you actually have the ability to spiritually heal those physical ailments as well. And obviously, like we were talking about this ego line, seeing things from a heightened perspective, and I was talking about your frontal lobe activations, right, for heightened creativity and that's also heightened psychic abilities and the ability to see, right, and to forecast things in the future. So all of these things are relevant, and you might have a combination of superpowers that you're, grounding and sharing here. Plant, obviously, like it's also for some people working with plants, plant medicine definitely would also be included with all of this. So it's pretty exciting. So what else is coming towards the collective here? What else? What else? Yeah. So 8 of Pentacles, definitely there's going to be getting to work, like I was saying, prosperity. You're really going to have all of a sudden like a big shift, a lot going on. You can see how many of roses she's trying to keep in the air there. So it's just going to be you're going to get busy, and then you're going to get busier. So, but it's a good thing, because it's going to bring in a lot of prosperity and success that I feel has been hard earned. We got with that the Six of Cups. This card specifically really is like my inner child healing Six of Cups. So first thing I'll say is, like, some people will be helping people also with inner child healing as part of the sacred services that they offer. But it's bigger than that. It's more than that. It's there's a lot of stuff that you've had to overcome to get to this point. We've got Seven of Wands on the bottom with Knight of Wands and Seven of Pentacles. You know, I feel like you've dealt with a lot of energies that were not grounded, that were immature, that were pensive, very pensive, and it was like there was a lot of passionate situations that burned, right? This horse is on fire. They burned, right? They weren't this horse here that's bringing you support and divine purity and love. It was, and and opportunities for creative collaboration. Because it was a lot of times you were connecting with people, it was all about them and what they wanted and what they were doing for themselves. And they were really pensive about you. And some of these people might want to come back now. Some of these people are like, oops, maybe I should have valued this person more, right? But do you really want to deal with their shadow and darkness? It's like I was saying, like, some of these things didn't manifest. Some things didn't manifest in the past because they were out of alignment. Like your star here, right? See, your star is rising. It's time for your star to rise. So anything that's, coming back, that's kind of keeping you feeling like, you look at the look on her face, like forlorn, seeing, like, remembering somebody in a negative way, remembering them as the person that stole your joy, stole your innocence. If you can't resolve that energy, with those people, because they're still in an old energy, just don't engage, right? Just it's time for you to really elevate. Like I said, you need to put boundaries around their shadows, because, like I said, your star is very much rising with this World card and this Ten of Cups and this Seven of Wands. You might have to stand your ground a little bit right now, but you're going to end up getting so busy here. Because some people, like I said, they're coming back, but they're still coming back with fireworks and darkness. And it looks really pretty, but it doesn't last. Fireworks are really pretty, and it's really short-lived. And that's, so just don't let that get in the way of the rising of your new dawn, of your star, of your new beginning. Because there's just so much getting going for you. So let's get to which cards? Let's get you some oracles. What do you need to know? For those of you that are newer to my channel, I do have like a few personal decks that I work with, that I've created. And I really, really enjoy working with them. I find they're super helpful. So, I hope that you enjoy these additions to my work and my collections. I have actually tons of oracle cards, but I just have not been so called to be using tons of oracles for my channel. I find some of the messages from my personal decks, especially the newer ones, to be more in alignment with what God really wants to be conveying for what's needed at this time for the ascension and for people's awakening and their healing. So, but I still like my oracles. I still work with some of them, but I just have not, there's just not many decks that I'm called to work with right now. So what do you need to know? What do you need to know? You are so beautiful to me. Let them gush on you how much they love you and the reasons that they do. So pretty powerful. The very first card out is like a really strong confirmation of the romantic aspect of this Knight of Cups card, of someone really wanting to profess their feelings, their romantic feelings, the love that they have for you. And it is from someone who, like I said, is genuine, is coming from the right place, and wants to be genuinely supportive. So really, really powerful, that message that there's going to be something coming in fairly soon, around a message of love. And on the bottom of the deck here, it says Royal Heart. Your pineal gland is activating in connection with your sacred heart crowning, right? And this has to do with this enlightenment energy that I felt you coming into. And this activation, like a lot of activations in the brain. It says here your pineal gland, which is connected to your third eye and your frontal lobe, with our Priestess card as well. Yeah, you're going through an up-leveling. You're going through a next level of the activation of your spiritual gifts. So there's like multiple blessings coming through right now. Yeah. And yeah, but at the same time as this is happening, there's some people from the past, I guess I feel it around, that kind of, that Knight of Wands energy, that just, they weren't good to you. They weren't sincere, and they're still, this is for people that are still not in a sincere energy, that want to come back with the Six of Cups, Seven of Wands, that you need to put a boundary around their shade. Like, you're a different person now. You're not going to be manipulated and brought into out of your self-love and your self-respect in this very high frequency that you've attained for yourself. It says here, they hated you for no good reason. They attacked you for no fault. Karma. Right? So it's just, I don't think you need to worry too much about this, except for just to own your star here. Own what's rising for you. And do your best to be confident about it, even when you're kind of improvising and dancing your way into this new life and this new beginning. So, and just to affirm that, it says, love the skin you're in. Tend to your beauty. Tell yourself how beautiful you are. Glowing, shining star. So the more you take care of yourself and you own your star and your worth, the better off you're going to be here. And then, underneath that, sacred union, everything is coming into balance, surrender into unity, right? And with that, genuine, you can trust this person, place, or opportunity. They are as legit as you are. So again, confirmation that there is a really good person. There is a good person coming in, and there's a not good person for you coming in. Is again, bankruptcy. Protect your spirit, protect your assets, protect your heart, turn inwards. So there's strong confirmations of these different individuals, and you're really going to have to trust yourself about what's positive for you and what's not positive for you, what's toxic for you, what's supportive of you moving forward. And again, there's something here with this Royal card about having learned your lesson. So having learned important lessons, to be able to have this level of discernment here about who is honestly genuine and who is BSing with you, and wanting to kind of come back now because they see this elevation that you're stepping into, and now they want something from you, even though before they kind of couldn't care less because they were focused on other things that looked better on the surface, and for very superficial and selfish reasons, right? So this, you're coming into your happy ending here with this 10 of Cups. I will say, you don't want to be juggling these two different people, right? You're not here to be people pleasing. You're here to be stepping into your harvest, your abundance right now, and using your intuition to guide you, and your psychic gifts and your heart, your awakened Christ at heart, to draw towards you those right opportunities. Not being kind of stuck in your mind here and like worried, and being going back to the past with people that you were only attracting in because of like your own wounds that you had, and your own wounded inner child that didn't realize that you didn't deserve to be treated so shitty like that, right? So I find this is like a very clear message. It's very, very clear. Let's see if there's anything from this Attracting Abundance Oracle deck that wants to come through, that would be adding something of richness to this message. What we have here for the collective. Yeah, I'm not surprised. It's a love and relationships card, and it says, let go. It is impossible to attract loving relationships into your life if you feel there isn't enough love to go round, or if you still regret past relationships. Let regrets go and focus instead on how there is more than enough love for everyone. So it's really strong confirmation that this past connection that was unhealthy, if you're still kind of stuck on it in some way, if you're still kind of stuck on the past, or somebody's trying to come in a way that would keep you stuck, trying to keep you stuck in the past, either way, it's going to sort of act as a bit of a block to this beautiful new love connection that wants to come in for you now. And this World card, right, is saying the past is really over and it's done. It's completed. You can kind of rest about it. Like there's nothing really left for you to worry about around the past anymore. And it can be hard to fully trust that and let go, but God is giving a really strong confirmation that you don't have to worry about it. And if this person, right, that is coming in is somebody from your past, but in a new energy, right? And it's a really a new thing, and they are really coming in genuine, right? And this was all part of a process of coming into sacred union, right? In an authentic way. You will know. God will tell you. God will make it clear. If you're doubting it and that is a signal that they're on some level, you're still somewhat unresolved about like an old karmic cycle and inner child healing. And you need to sort of put up some boundaries to that and increase this self-worth and your self-love so that you can get more clarity on this situation. And right now that might mean like more pampering, more spiritual baths, more exercise that you love, or whatever creative thing you love to do, whether it's making music, going for walks in nature, painting, whatever it is, spending time with your kids, whatever it is. Let's get a dragon card for you as well. I love these cards. These are by Diana Cooper. They're very high vibe. Some people, it's interesting because dragons, a lot of people, especially like if you read the Bible, have such a negative connotation about dragons. And there are, some nasty, certainly there are some nasty connotations about dragons. But my experience, generally speaking, in higher dimensions with dragons has generally always been positive in terms of what they can do for you. And they really help you travel, right? They help you travel to different places. They're not the only beings that can do that. Unicorns and Pegasus do that a lot too. So it's interesting that we have this energy that it's a horse, right? It's not a unicorn, but you could say it's going through this transformation into this unicorn divine blueprint, and it's becoming an energy that is very multidimensional, that you can really go far with, right? And I do a lot of these kinds of journeys with the unicorns and the Akashic records for people to really help them to accelerate on their evolution and help elevate their timeline and take them on a higher path. And they really do spiritually change your record and your journey in positive ways that sometimes take months or even years to fully recognize the impact that they've had on your life. There are a lot of work for me energetically to do, but if anybody is interested in an Akashic Records session with me and journey, it is a very special, unique, and deep, profound experience. So just look in the description box for my email, and I can talk to you about a session. So what's your dragon card? Yes, Thor's red, black, and gold dragon protects you in times of change. I'm not surprised that this came out because this is really about this big, fast change that you're going through and learning how to roll with it, because a lot of the things that have been blocking you up until now and keeping you somewhat stuck is all getting cleared away. And this dragon's also connected to Archangel Gabriel. And Archangel Gabriel has been really involved with people right now to clear away these old blocks so that people can get going, including a lot of the witchcraft that was blocking people as well. So it's, this year is going to be very different than the past couple of years for people that have been doing a lot of like deep spiritual work below the surface. It's kind of like bamboo, right? Where like it takes a couple of years for the root system to grow before the plant really grows above ground. And then all of a sudden it just starts to shoot up really fast and grow really fast above the surface. And you're like, I didn't see any growth before, but everything was happening below the surface, right? And it's kind of like that, right? Like everything is just about to start blossoming here into the physical, right? With this Ace of Pentacles, with this beautiful garden on it. And you're going to have so much with this, she's like dangling all these roses on this Eight of Pentacles. You're going to have a lot of physical fruits you're going to have to start to manage. So it can be a little hard, and there could be concerns about because of things that have happened in the past, especially when it comes to like relationships and fruits coming in terms of relationships, to trust it, right? And you might, like if you're in a withholding energy and you can't learn how to dance and flow with this stuff, you could miss out on opportunities. So there is a real need to to trust that the lessons of the past are over. And I said that, I know already, but your intuition is, with this High Priestess, is so key here. It's so key to allowing Archangel Gabriel and this beautiful dragon to clear away all this blackness with the Seven of Wands so your star can rise. And I think it's really cool because it says red, black, and gold dragon. And on the card here, right, we've got black. On this other Seven of Wands, we've got like an orangey red and a gold, and then all the black that's getting pushed away. It's kind of interesting how that works. So a lot of clearing, a lot of clearing, and fire energy really helps to clear. And I know when I've been doing a lot of fire prayers lately, and so you definitely want to ignite your fire energy right now to help really ignite this and get this going, and things are going to start to really move, and it will help you release some of this stagnancy, right? That's making it hard to let go of things that have happened in the past. On the bottom of the deck, we have Magenta Dragon. It says, enables you to bring forward your soul wisdom, awaken your soul memories, and higher spiritual understanding. Prepare for accelerated ascension. Yeah, well, this has a lot to do with this High Priestess card and this World card, right? Because you are going through a rapid ascension, and you are bringing forward a higher level of spiritual understanding right now. And yeah, like again, your pineal gland activating with your sacred heart, right? Also with this message, you're going through a big spiritual awakening. These soul memories and higher spiritual understanding, it brings me back to the premeditation of you becoming like the eagle and just seeing, like you're going to see everything from such a higher consciousness. You're not, and I feel like that is the key to really everything, because it's going to, being in this higher consciousness and developing this higher consciousness is going to make it easier to just let go of being attached to all this romance stuff. Even, to be honest with you, not being attached to what's, the outcomes with this sacred union, right? And allowing your sacred union with your higher self and such a high level of self-love around bringing forward this divine aspect of you, whether you're divine feminine or divine masculine, and just, feeling so good about really landing this priestess energy that you've been planting seeds for in the 5D for so long, and just feeling so good embodying that into your physical life and dancing with it and flowing with it. That you're not going to be hinging everything on, these love messages that are coming through either. Where is that card? Oh, it's under here. Yeah. It's not going to, there's not going to be so much weight on, a sacred partner coming forward and expressing deep, deep feelings for you. It's not to say that you're not going to care or be like a warm, loving person. It's important to be able to do so. But there's a level of you're no longer connecting with counterparts in a karmic way. You're able to connect from a place of a more universal love. Right? And that's part of why this is coming in for you now. You're right, because you're not going to be so codependent about it, to be quite honest. So that's the reading. Oh, wow. It's way longer than I thought it was going to be. And that's okay. It's a beautiful reading, beautiful messages. Please give the reading a like. Please subscribe. if you enjoyed the reading. It helps to grow the channel and it means a lot to me. And also, please check in the description box if you want to connect with me on social media, on Instagram or Facebook. And also, my information is there if you'd like to book a personal reading. I'm sending you so much love. Thank you so much for participating and helping to manifest and co-create this collective energy for everybody here, for our whole community. And I'm sending you so much love. Take care.